I have this tiki bar outdoor cooking area here, and behind it I have planted this grape from Lowe's, which is labeled Catawba. But if you do any kind of research on Catawba, it's a grape from the Northeast. It is a reddish grape. We're down here in deep South Texas, and it looks nothing like what you see in the Catawba grape videos about Ohio. It's an old grape that's been around since the beginning of the country that people were using to make wine, and they make a pink wine out of it. So I have my doubts about the label that Lowe's gives to this grape. Now, it doesn't mean they don't have genetics of Catawba, but they look nothing like the classic Catawba grapes from Ohio, the Northeast, etc. But they're a great grape, and they are a contributor to my red wines every year now. And they do actually have a pretty high Brix. I'm going to test these because I'm making this video because they're about to be harvested, so it's time to address this. Why they would mislabel them, or maybe it's a half-truth, maybe they're part Catawba. But they are a dark. I'm going to take these covers off, but you'll see how dark they are compared to, well, if you look into Catawba, you'll see a very different looking grape from the Northeast. Northeast of me, anyway. By the way, I just happened to keep the tag on this grape that I bought 3 years ago. And look at the photo. And look at what we got. Dark black grapes. And in the photo we got these grapes that would look like Catawba. I'm making my case here. Alright, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to use my cheap Brix tester here. I'm going to see what we got. I'm going to go ahead and take these. They're about 20 Brix right now, so these will be blended with the other reds. Look at this big one. Look at that. Beautiful. Almost black. Huge. So look at this beautiful big example here. Now if you know anything about Catawba grapes, they really look nothing like this. I'm not complaining though. I mean, they're really nice, big, black clusters. And Lowe's can call them whatever they want. I'm fine with that. These are great. They end up being blended with my other reds. Maybe someone can figure out what they actually are, or maybe they've just been doing it so long that this is what they're going to be called down here in Texas. But that name has no copyright. And I think if you live up in Ohio, that you know different, that these are not Catawba grapes. But I don't know, maybe this is what they end up looking like in a hot climate. I doubt that. And maybe there's some element of truth in the genetics. Maybe they are part Catawba, but these look a lot more like my Lamonto grapes than what I know as Catawba grapes. But it just makes it awkward to discuss what kind of grapes these are, because I really don't know. But I just call them Lowe's Catawba or Lowe's red grapes. So it doesn't matter. They're really nice, and I think they're pretty good for wine. All right, about 3 pounds of red here. Get a few more bags like that. Should be okay to get at least a gallon of red. Even if some people don't think it makes good wine, they're good for eating too. So all in all, for a box store grape, you're getting into the bricks of the 20s. They're pretty sweet. When they get that sweet, the seeds are, you can spit them out, but I just eat them. Apparently that's where the food value is anyway. But when they get sweet like that, the riper they get, the easier it is to chew on these seeds. They just crunch off, and you know, they're not that hard at this point. So I just eat them. Anyway, some for eating, and then the most will be blended with my red wine batch this year. Coming probably in August or September, I'll start that. So I guess my only complaint is I wish they would come up with a new and original name. Call them something else. Texas Red, I don't know.